I'm going to be preaching tonight. If you haven't noticed that.
Oh my God, yes!
So I'm going to be preaching a powerful message tonight, and I really hope you guys can use this in your daily life. So before I start, I want to just say this verse to you, which is Philippians 1:21, to live is Christ and to die is gain. Someone has told me this story, and I have come here to share the story with you, and hopefully you guys get a good lesson out of the story. So this is a true story, by the way. So there was this girl named Kennedy who was always involved in church. She was always volunteering for the youth, and which is being really nice to everyone around her. She was always in church, and she loved God a lot. But when she got to high school, she joined cheerleading, and she started gaining popularity and started thinking about popularity more than church. So she started walking away from the church and not being involved. Since she wasn't being much involved, her parents were having a church camp. So they brought her to the camp, and she met this girl there who was really nice. She was also involved in the church a lot and would volunteer for everything. So Kennedy remembered that God doesn't care how popular you are in school. He just cares about you loving him. So she started getting more involved. She joined her worship team. She was volunteering every day for the youth and for all the kids. So she went on to one mission trip in some island, and she got rebaptized there because she just felt like she needed to, since she used to walked away from Christ, and she went back and realized what he wanted her to do. So a couple years later, she was in a car with her mom, and she said to her mom, "If God was to take me now, I'm ready. If I was to die right now, I'm ready to meet God." But her mom was really sad because her mom wasn't ready at all. A couple months later, her parents were at a church talking about a next mission trip. And a couple minutes go by and they realize that Kennedy's not at the church. So they, you guys, you can track where people's phones are, right? They tracked to see where her phone is, and she was only 5 minutes away from her house. Then, right when they found that out, they realized that the dad remembered that when he was driving, he couldn't get in because there was so much traffic because there was an accident. A truck was going across the road, and it hit the guardrail in the middle of the road, flipped over, and landed on her car and killed her instantly. And she only lived to the age of 19, and she did a lot in the church. She influenced people all around the world because of her story. Just inspired a bunch of people all around the world. My dad, almost 50, and he hasn't done as much as she's done to the age of 19. So, and her friends can't forget what she said when she was talking at her school, what her favorite quote was, which was Philippians 1:21, to live is Christ and to die is gain. So what that quote really means is that being on earth is fine and all, and it's great, but really, when you die, you gain a lot, because heaven is way better than what we have here on earth, because you know that the worst day you're going to have in heaven is going to be the best day on earth. So anything that you think is really cool here on earth doesn't even compare to the worst thing in heaven. So I have one question for you guys all. It's okay if I get real with you guys? Is that okay? One question is, if you were to die right now, do you know where you'll go? Because when I was told this story, I didn't really know. I was like 70%. I knew it was 70%, but I didn't really know. But after I kept thinking and thinking, I remembered that I know 100%. And it's hard to just say, oh, I know 100%. Because you can kind of hear a little voice in the back of your head. Do you really know 100%? Do you really know? What about this time when you did this? See, that's the enemy trying to make it so you don't know where you're going to go when you die. So, I just want you guys to try this week to learn to know 100% where you'll go if you die right now. So, I want you guys to all close your eyes and bow your head. Can all of you guys raise your hands? All of you guys raise your hands. So, I'm going to say a statement, and I want you to put your hand down if it doesn't apply to you. Like, I'll say something, and if it doesn't apply to you, I want you to put your hands down. I love Jesus. I have accepted Jesus into my heart. I pray every single day. I treat everyone the way I'm supposed to at all times. Okay, so I want you guys all to put your hands back up. Everyone put your hands back up. No one's looking, so it's fine no matter what you do. I want you to put your hands down if you don't know 100%, like exactly 100. If it's 90, still put your hands down. If it's 60, put your hands down. 80, put your hands down. I want you to keep your hand up if you know exactly 100%, if you were to die right now without a doubt. So if you have your hand down right now, I want you to, after this, come up to me, my dad, Robert, Pastor Rob, anyone, any adult, to help you learn to know 100% where you're going to go if you die right now. So, I'm going to pray this out. Okay, so I'm going to pray now. Dear Heavenly Father, just let everyone in this room know 100% where they're going to go if they die right now. Let them know 100%. Because if I die, I want to meet everyone here in heaven with me. And I just want you to, whenever it's their time, you can take them. And they'll be with you, and they'll love you so much. And we all said? Amen. Robert's gonna come, I'll come around.
You want to do that?
Yeah. I'll come around and...
Is it goldfish?
No.
Oh.
I'll come around. I have these wristbands here, which say to live so extra, to live like Kennedy, live so extra. And it has her favorite quote, Philippians 1:21, to live as Christ and to die as gain.
I got one.
I don't really expect you guys to wear this all the time, every day. I just want you guys to let's look at it.
It's not opening!
I'll wrap it. Thank you, Aiden.
Good. Thank you, Aiden. That was awesome and powerful. There you go. For those that aren't opening your wristband, that's the proper response.